Good morning, everyone. Councilmember Wire, would you kindly lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Also, Councilmember Wire, could you also introduce our guests for the message of Aloha?
Mahalo, Chair. I'm honored to introduce Danicole Ramos, who will be delivering our message of Aloha today. Danicole is an immigration attorney with the Refugee and Immigration Law Clinic, where he advocates for non-citizen veterans and service members by helping with naturalization, family reunification, humanitarian parole, and removal defense. He also has deep roots in the North Shore, particularly Wailua, and has done so much to advocate for the community in both his professional and personal capacities. His path has been shaped by a wide range of experiences. Before going to law school, he was a policy analyst and lobbyist for Elemental Accelerator and an administrative coordinator for United We Dream, America's largest immigrant youth-led network based in Washington, D.C. During law school, Danicole served as a summer law clerk and extern for the legal clinic, and as a clinical student with the Refugee and Immigration Law Clinic, represented an asylum seeker in immigration court. He has also worked as a legislative aide to State Representative Sean Quinlan and as a legal extern for our office. Danicole is also a captain in the Hawaii Air National Guard, where he serves as a military equal opportunity advisor, and in his capacity supports service members by ensuring equal opportunity and treatment through training and prevention. October allows us to celebrate so much in our community, our diverse community. And I think we often celebrate and look to the giants of the past to build on that foundation. I think today, with Danicole's work, I think it's a prime example of work that can be used to pave the path for greater allyship in our community and providing opportunities for our families. So I wanted to welcome him, if you'll join me in mahaloing him for being here today.
Thank you, Councilmember Wire, and thank you for the opportunity for all of you to let me share the message of Aloha for this month. Jose Rizal, he's known as, we celebrate Filipino History Month, he's known as an icon and a hero in Filipino history. And he once said that he who does not look back at where he came from will never get to his destination. As we start off the first day of October, we kick off a month full of celebrating the histories of so many cultures and communities. From Honolulu Pride to Filipino American History Month to Family History Month, and wrapping up the end of Hispanic Heritage Month. All these histories we celebrate in October has got me thinking a lot about stories, how we write our stories, and how we contribute to help to write the stories of others, for better or for worse. For the last 2 years of my life, I've spent a career as an attorney working primarily with veterans who served in our United States military. Many of the veterans that I have worked were immigrants from another country who, even though they weren't born in the United States, decided to swear an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States and put their lives on the line for this country, even though they weren't citizens of this country. However, like many veterans, my clients have suffered through the pain of addiction, substance abuse, PTSD, and struggle to find hope for new beginnings. Many of my veteran clients are referred to me by their probation officers and social workers who need assistance getting identification documents they lost while they were incarcerated, and some also seek help to apply for US citizenship. Despite their past, my clients inspire me. Their story of resilience inspires me to be better and reminds me, with the right mentality and support system, you can overcome anything. So I want to share a story of one of my clients, who I'll call Mike, whose story and my experience helping him has always put a smile to my heart. So Mike was born in Ilocos Norte, Philippines, and he always used to tell me how life was difficult there. His family grew garlic to get by, but times were hard. In 1996, when he was just 8 years old, Mike moved to the United States. His mother and brother had already gone to Hawaii, and slowly the rest of the siblings followed to Hawaii, where they all lived in Waipahu. The plan was to reunite the entire family in Hawaii, little by little. As a young man, Mike felt restless. He was getting into trouble and wanted to escape the cycle he found himself in. So he decided to join the Army, and he seemed like it was a way and an opportunity to turn his life around, gain discipline, and pursue experiences that he had always dreamed about. In 2010, he enlisted, inspired by a friend who had deployed and returned with stories and photographs that he said stirred something inside him. So Mike went to basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia, and served as an infantryman in the Go for Broke 442nd Infantry until 2015. Though he was stationed in Hawaii for most of his service, Mike's time in the military was not without challenges. Before enlisting, he had struggled with drug use and crime, working odd jobs as early as 6th grade just to buy lunch and clothes. And during training, he initially felt he was changing for the better, but while he was serving, old habits kept creeping back in. After he got gallbladder surgery during a training at Fort Sill, he slipped into drinking again. The long hours and the stress of military life pulled him towards drugs. After a failed random drug test brought him an Article 15 and a reduction in rank, instead of trying to find treatment, Mike just told himself he was just going to push through with his job, and as he recounted, his focus was just to focus on the mission. When Mike left the Army, things got even harder. He became homeless and fell deeper into the cycle of drugs and crime. Yet through it all, there was always a part of him that wanted stability and a second chance. His mother started the process for citizenship when he was just a child, but he lost his naturalization certificate while he was incarcerated. Last year, once out of prison, Mike entered into a drug treatment program, and he found himself in a frustrating cycle. He couldn't work without a social security number, but he needed proof of citizenship to get one. And he couldn't get a proof of citizenship if he couldn't know what his social security number was. So while waiting at the DMV, he said he saw a flyer of my workplace providing assistance to people like him. He called us, he met with me to help get his replacement certificate so that he can start working again and getting back on his feet. Now, Mike is like a true local brother, like super moke guy. He's a buff guy, tatted up, really strong pidgin accent. When I first met Mike, he was quite the character. He like entered my office, he's like big body, buff guy, he like dabs me up, he's like, yes sir, brother, let's get this done. And I've never seen anybody in my life so excited to see a lawyer. Most times when I see people, they're either scared, they're either nervous or angry. I have never seen someone so enthusiastic, like we're gonna like play a sport. All we were gonna do was get a replacement certificate for him. As I was working on his forms to get a replacement certificate, sometimes at work, to kind of just like deal with the quietness, I like to play music in my office while working. So I like to play one of my favorite singers, Maoli, in the office. And while I was working on his application form, he's like, yes, sir, brother, this is my jam. You want cool lawyer, bro. This is, I've never had a lawyer like this. You don't look like one, but this is so cool talking to you. And so he keeps chatting with me, and we talk about our families and where we're from, and we realize both of our parents are from Ilocos Norte. And as he's talking and I'm working on his application, he points to like a flag posted on my door. It's like a rainbow colored flag, and he's all like, "Bruh, I've never seen that flag before. What country is that from?" And then we talk about, we talk about what the flag means, and then we change the conversation. We talk about hunting, and then he shows me like pictures and things online of like good rifles and spears for hunting and fishing. I think that's, to date, every conversation I've had with a client, that is the widest range conversation I've ever had. Fast forward 6 months later, Mike's life looks a little different. He recently graduated from a drug treatment program, and he's staying focused on recovery. He works in construction, and he told me that he's saving up money one day to open up a car detailing shop in Waikiki. He tells me one day when he gets rich, he wants to build a long driveway back home in the Philippines, traveling freely back and forth, and one day securing steady work that gives him pride. When I gave Mike the formal letter to close his case and handed him his citizen certificate from the mail, he looked down at his certificate, and for the first time, he kind of choked a little. And I realized for the first time in a long time, after being incarcerated, after going through addiction and treatment, Mike finally had something to his name, something that acknowledged his existence. Then he grabbed me and he hugged me and he's like, "Thank you, Danny. This is life-changing, thank you." And he said something I didn't expect him to say, which is, "I'm gonna stay clean and sober for you. I won't let you down." To be honest, filling out paperwork to get a replacement citizenship certificate is fairly easy and not as complex as other cases I've had. I mean, as long as you have the right info, you can fill it out in 1 hour and the certificate comes in a few months. However, as small as that gesture may have seemed to me, I realized when he hugged me and told me that giving him a certificate was a big deal for him. For Mike, it has been a long road. From a little boy leaving Ilocos to a soldier in the 442nd Infantry, to a man determined to rebuild his life. And though the challenges have been many, he now faces a future with discipline, recovery, and most importantly, hope for better days ahead. While I only played a small role in writing his story, I know that small act of service I did for him will change his life and his story for the better. And I hope one day when I get enough money to buy the truck of my dreams, I hope to be his first client of his car detailing business. All of us here do not write our stories alone. Along the way, we have people whose decisions and engagement in our lives help rewrite our story for the better. The decisions that are made here today can rewrite the stories of many generations to come. What role do we want to play in making that story? How do we want to write the story of Honolulu? I hope that as we start this day, that the decisions we make write a story of Honolulu that uplifts and acknowledges the kupuna the wisdom of our kupuna, and inspires our keiki, and even our keiki at heart, to be their best selves. Mahalo.
Thank you, Danica. You know, I have another story I want to tell. If you look over at the clerk's desk and the clerk's over here, you may notice that someone's missing. Vicky Chung. She served for 46 years for the city, of which 40 of them right here with the Honolulu City Council. You know, just want to take the time to acknowledge that. Thank her. I'm not sure if she's watching, but to thank her for her years of service to the community. You know, she actually helped set up this room, you know, so I want to acknowledge and thank the clerk's office too, from these tables to the sound system and everything involved. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So if we can, just acknowledge her and just give her a round of applause, and hopefully she's watching. She will be missed. She will be missed for sure. Okay. This is although remote oral testimony is being permitted, this is a regular meeting and not a remote meeting by interactive conference technology under HRS section 92-3.7. Therefore, the meeting will continue notwithstanding the loss of audiovisual communication with remote testifiers or loss of the public broadcast of the meeting. Members of the public will be allowed to provide oral testimony on all items on the agenda and either in person in the council chamber or remotely. As both English and Hawaiian are official languages of the state of Hawaii, pursuant to Article 15, Section 4 of the Hawaii State Constitution and Section 1-13 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes, members of the public may be allowed to testify in either language. For oral testimonies offered in Olelo, Hawaii, additional time as may be necessary will be allowed for the testifier to provide an English translation of their testimony. Before testifying, each person shall state their full name and the agenda item they are testifying on. Each speaker may not have anyone else read their statement and is limited to a 3-minute presentation on public hearing and new business items and a 1-minute presentation on all other items. Registered in-person testifiers will be called first. When your name is called, please proceed to the podium and begin by stating your name and the items you will be speaking on. When I call for anyone who has not registered to speak in person, please line up to the right of the podium, and when it is your turn, proceed to the podium. Begin by stating your name and the items you'll be speaking on. All persons who have registered to testify remotely by video conference or phone will then be called. When your name is called, please monitor your screen and activate your audio feed when prompted. When I call for anyone else standing by remotely, please utilize the Zoom raise hand button to indicate your desire to speak. For those joining us by telephone only, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. The following are some friendly reminders and tips. Video conference from a quiet location if possible. If you are also watching the proceeding on Olelo, please mute your television when you are called to testify. When the timer on the screen reaches 0, please conclude your remarks promptly. For those who are joining us by telephone only, I will identify you by the last 3 digits of your phone number. When your number is called, please press *6 to unmute yourself when prompted. Written testimonies, including the testifier's address, email address, and phone number, will be available to the public as described on the posted agenda. As a courtesy, please turn off all cell phones for the duration of the meeting. For your information, the following items published in the public hearing notice on Friday, September 19th, 2025, in anticipation of committee action are not included in today's agenda. Bill 53 relating to affordable housing and Bill 57 relating to dumpsters. The following items was not posted on the agenda for consideration. On page 14, we have the hand-carried proposed FD1 amendment to Bill 52 relating to maintenance of streams and other bodies of water. Copies are available at the registration desk. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cordero.
Here.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Here.
Councilmember Kia-Aina.
Here.
Councilmember Nishimoto. Councilmember Okimoto.
Present.
Councilmember Talba. Here. Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire.
Here.
Chair Waters.
Here.
Mr. Chair, 8 members are present.
Thank you. Floor Leader Kia-Aina, introduction of guests.
Okay, I will take over that. I know that we are welcomed here at Kapolei Hale, and I look forward to this every October, not only because we are at Kapolei Hale, but because we get to don our Filipino attire. So I want to mahalo the members for doing that. I also want to mahalo and welcome members of the city administration. We have the director and deputy director from BFS, the deputy director from ENV. We have the director from emergency management as well, and the director from CSD, and director designate from DHLM. And if I can't see anyone else, I'm so sorry, but this is who I can see at the moment. I also want to announce that these mics are live the whole time, and so I've made a request, Chair, that the doors on each end be utilized because the doors could be heard on TV as well and online. Mahalo.
Thank you. Thank you. Floor Leader Kia-Aina, motion to approve the minutes.
I move that the minutes of the 12th session be approved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, the minutes have been approved. Turning to page 4, order of the day. First item on the agenda today is the Permitted Interaction Group Report. For consideration, Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Members, any discussion? Seeing none?
Yes. Chair,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move to adopt Council Communication 221 as the findings and recommendations of the council.
Thank
Second.
you. It's been moved and seconded. Council Communication 221 is the final report of the investigative committee. Could you please explain further?
Sure. The report was established by Resolution 25-56 CD1 to investigate matters related to the potential use of tax increment financing for the City and County of Honolulu. The report was presented to the council by the committee at its September 3rd, 2025 meeting, and pursuant to HRS Section 92-2.5B1, deliberation and decision-making on the report were deferred until this meeting.
Thank you. Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you. I'll just briefly state some introductory remarks and background. I do want to mahalo the council for approving this permitted interacted group. I do want to mahalo our members, Councilmember de Santos-Tam, as well as Councilmember Nishimoto for joining me, as well as the Department of Budget and Fiscal Services Director, Andy Kawano, the Department of Housing and Land Management Director Designate Kevin Auger, and Tim Streitz from the Department of Planning and Permitting, who discussed tax increment financing over the course of in-person meetings earlier this year, or just a few months ago, and also countless virtual document and information sharing. And I know that the report is listed in here, so I just wanted to note that there were some main structures that we were able to look at, which such as pay-as-you-go, where revenue directly fund projects, and bond finance TIF, where projected revenues were used to secure upfront borrowing. We did see some positive sides, and we did direct our discussions to other sources of financing, which is why we are closing discussions on the tax increment financing, so that we are able to discuss, because it was too specific of a financing structure. And with that, I don't know if any of the other members have other discussions that they would like to add, but I wanted to just add that conclusion and mahalo the participants. And I also want to mahalo the DPP director for also providing input as well.
Thank
Mahalo.
you. Any further discussion? Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Thank you, Chair. Just briefly, in the report, we also referenced 8 different previous reports that had been done from different organizations, including here at the city and also on the state level, about TIF and other similar structures like community finance district or a synthetic TIF. The most important thing, and I think the main takeaway here, is in the conclusion and recommendation section. We have a number of recommendations, including prioritizing, implementing CFDs in areas like Iwalei, Kapalama, and Halawa, and also looking at impact fees, public-private partnerships, and synthetic TIF models as ways that we can fund needed and robust infrastructure programs. I hope that this report does not simply become another decoration on the shelf, but rather it's a pathway forward to even more activity and action where we can actually get these things implemented.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, just thank you, members of the Permitted Interaction Group, for your hard work. And anybody from the audience wishing to testify on this matter? Mr. Clemente, aloha, welcome.
Hello, Chair Waters, council members. Mark Anthony Clemente on behalf of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters. Here to stand in our comments on the report. You know, we don't think that the door should be closed on TIF, and I'm not saying that that's what the report is saying here. We feel that we need every arrow in the quiver when it comes to developing infrastructure for housing and passing on those cost savings to our homeowners, to our renters. I understand there's some ambiguity at the state level, which might be a barrier to having TIF implemented throughout our counties. We recognize that there are municipalities on the continent that utilize both TIF and CFD in conjunction with one another in order to create the infrastructure needed to develop housing. So thank you again for studying this issue and this tool for financing infrastructure. Thanks.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the testifier? Seeing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Seeing none, thank you. Any objections or reservations, members? Noting no objections or reservations, Council Communication 221 has been adopted and the findings and recommendations of the Council. Thank you. Moving to page 5 from the Committee on Zoning and Planning, Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Committee Report 313 and Resolution 25-237, CD1 as amended, be adopted.
Second.
This resolution confirms the appointment of Catherine Stevens to serve on the Oahu Historic Preservation Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, yes, we have one in-person testifier, Mr. Shelby Villeneuve.
Thank you.
Do I need to push a button? No. Oh, good. We're good to go. Aloha mai kako. Good to see you all. Thank you. Welcome to the West Side, Best Side. So I want to approve this. I want to let you know I sent 17 testimonials. Just to let you all know, 14 in support, 13 opposed. Just save you all time. I only got a minute to, and I got my stopwatch. Don't worry. But to let you all council members, my phone died literally on the bus here because I was going to go to Honolulu Hale. Luckily, one of your guys called me and said, hey, Pikachu, it's a Kapolei. So I called the secretary from the council members because I was going to complain about city bus prices going up on committee. When people, if you didn't know, you can check it online that it got postponed. Said, great, postpone that sucker forever so you never have to vote on it because I'm going to say no. But my phone died. I wasn't the only one. At 9:30, like, there's no internet, there's no nothing. So luckily, we're live streaming on my phone thanks to the Kapolei Wi-Fi. So I support this person, and I want to do a shout out with my 20 seconds left to Rating Cordero, who did an amazing job yesterday for preserving our Native Hawaiian Kanaka Maoli history and putting all that rubber smack back. Chee-hoo, yeah, you. See you in the next testimony.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify?
But that's okay, I'll take it.
Seeing none, thank you. Is Catherine Stevens available?
Yeah.
Aloha, there you are. Thank you. Come forward. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, aloha, everybody. I appreciate the message of aloha we heard this morning talking about community, culture, and stories because historic resources really tell our stories of community and culture, and there are records of this. So I appreciate the opportunity to serve the city and the community in support of historic preservation. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the nominee? Seeing none, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Members, we're in discussion. Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-313 and Resolution 25-237, CD1 has been adopted. Congratulations and thank you. Moving to the bottom of page 5, Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Committee Report 314 and Resolution 25-238, CD1 as amended, be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution confirms the reappointment of Mahealani Cipher to serve on the Oahu Historic Preservation Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Thank you so much. Ms. Cipher, would you like to say a few words?
Aloha mai kako.
Aloha.
I came all the way from the east side to the west side to Kapolei Hale. I'm happy to visit with you again today. And mahalo for trusting in me to help with the historic preservation concerns of the city. Like I said before, I hope to be part of this commission to help find solutions to issues that come up. And we have some interesting issues that have come up, and the commission is struggling to work on those. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the nominee? Seeing none, thank you so much.
Mahalo.
Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Yes, sir, we have Mr. Shelby Billionaire.
Okay, please proceed.
Aloha mai kako. I'm back, so thank you very much. I learned from Augiti this 1 minute to win it. So obviously Mahealani, who is being nominated, has Hawaiian in her name. So we're live streaming on Keikio Kalani, which is my Hawaiian name. For those who are illiterate, to 1-800-ABCDFG, because Hooked on Phonics worked for me, but I couldn't afford it. So Keiki is child, O is love, and Kalani means heaven. The female version is heaven. So obviously I support the new candidates and the Manavahini who's going to keep our history together. Like I already said in the previous testimony, Esther Kiana did an amazing job reconnecting our history from state of Hawaii. But we can always go back to, we went deep yesterday. If you watch it on YouTube, we went like 70-20 AD. But I know we come from the line of Shem, if we're talking about Israel, and AIPAC, which I don't agree upon. But we come from the line of Shem, and I know about the Anunnaki. We can talk about Enki and Leo all day long, but we're not got the time. So we can put it in the history books, because we're going to do the Kumalipo. We're not from this planet. We come from Makali, which is Pleiades in Greek. I don't know how to say all those names, the 7 stars, but I can rename them in Hawaiian. Ekahi, Elua, Ekolo, Eha, Elima, Eona, Hiku. Jihu, Yayu. Go, ladies. Manavahine.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Seeing none, members who are in discussion. Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-314 and Resolution 25-238, CD1 is adopted. Congratulations and thank you. Members, moving to the top of page 6 from the Committee on Housing, Homelessness and Parks, Councilmember Tolba.
I move that committee report 328 and resolution 25-241 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tolba for the explanation.
Confirming the appointment of Charles Mitsui to serve on the Board of Parks and Rec of the City and County of Honolulu.
Thank you. Is Mr. Mitsui here? Aloha, welcome. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi, thank you for the opportunity to serve on the board. I'm really looking forward to getting involved and helping members of the community build the parks that they want. Currently, the facilities are lacking some of the modern features for action sports, and I'm hoping to find pathways to get those created and also find pathways for other park users to improve the parks that they would like in their communities.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the nominee? Seeing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I do note that Shelby Pikachu Billionaire has registered to testify again. Please proceed.
Konnichiwa, Pikachu de Gozada. Here we go again. So I'm going to keep this one short because Mr. Mitsui came, and I was expecting a real Japanese-looking dude with some glasses, but he looked so Portuguese with his mustache, and he was a great guy in our Waianae neighborhood board. He knows we have a lot of homeless in Pokai Bay, chronics everywhere, but he understands and he can see through the problems. Andrew Topola knows the problems, and I'm not sure where the funding comes from, with everything else. So I do want to support Charles Mitsui, and I'll keep it short. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Seeing none, members, we're in discussion. Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-328 and Resolution 25-241 has been adopted. Thank you, Mr. Mitsui, and congratulations. Moving to the bottom of page 6 from the Committee on Public Safety and the Economy, Councilmember Tolba.
I move that committee report 333 and resolution 25-200 CD1 be amended, as amended, be adopted, sorry.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tolba for the explanation.
Confirming the appointment of Christopher Magnus to serve on the Police Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Thank you. Mr. Magnus, aloha, welcome. Thank you for being here today. Would you like to say a few words?
Aloha, and thank you so much for this honor and this ability to serve. If confirmed, I'm particularly honored that this can be done at the Kapolei meeting, because I think it's an important reminder that the Police Commission serves the entire island, not just the main sections of Honolulu. and I certainly dedicate my service on the commission to incorporating residents from across Oahu. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the nominee? Seeing none, thank you, sir. I know we have one registered testifier, Shelby Pikachu Billionaire.
안녕하세요. 피카츄입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. So I talked to Christopher Magnus because we've been through this before. I will report to the police commissioners because the police commissioner actually emailed me back. I reported a dirty FBI agent, Sherwin Chang, who's been helping the organ harvesting with Justin Davis on the Big Island. We have a corrupt detective named Jenny Lee who arrested my friend's son in their house. Camille's son is now in Honolulu Airport's jail with no warrant, and he just got arrested. So I reported this to the Honolulu Police Commission, and I wanted to know if Mr. Magnus could handle that kuleana. So the police commissioners emailed me back because the FBI contacted them, and the FBI does not want my email, does not want to talk to Shelby Pikachu, billionaire. So I emailed them yesterday to tell them they have a dirty agent, and I don't trust them. The police commissioners have the details, have the reports, because it goes through a federal level, and you know the government just shut down. They never talk about the Epstein files, but Pikachu already released it. So I don't trust the government. I don't trust the president. The Republicans shut down the government. They're blaming Democrats. I don't understand any of that kukai. But I do want to support Christopher Magnus. He comes from Oakland. We're talking about the gangs. Chihu Yayu.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Aloha. Please come forward. Clerks, can we help? Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah, my name is Carl Dix, and I'm in support of the nominee. I'd like to bring to his attention that he's looking forward to a really tough job. HPD needs a lot of new direction and new just new leadership and oversight. There's a lot going on in HPD, and they are our first line of defense against crime. They're supposed to be, and it's going to be quite a project for you, and I'll support you in any way I can. We need to fix our police department. We need to fix our community and keep our community safe. I yield.
Thank you, sir. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Seeing none, thank you.
Mr.
Members,
Chair,
sorry.
we have one person standing by remotely.
Remotely? Please
Yes.
proceed.
Mr. Brett Combs.
Aloha, welcome. Please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. This is Brett Colbus. I'm a longtime resident of Ewa Beach. I oppose this nomination. Mr. Magnus's track record at previous locations is very disturbing. One of the biggest one is while he was the chief of police in Richmond, Virginia. Can't remember the state. He was holding a Black Lives Matter sign as the chief law enforcement of the city while his city burned. So I don't appreciate that. I think he brings the wrong type of background to us. I don't think it's Pono. I don't approve of this appointment. Mahalo.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any other testifiers?
Mr. Chair, that concludes the testifiers.
Thank you. Members, we're in discussion. Councilmember Okimoto.
Thank you, Chair. If the nominee could just maybe answer, I know that this type of questions have been going around. Maybe if he could come, if we could have Mr. Magnus come back and just kind of explain anything he'd like to say regarding some of the questions or concerns that have been brought up by not just the previous testifier, but others who may have some questions also. Is that possible?
Yes, we did have questioning, but we can do that again.
Thank you.
Councilmember Okimoto, please proceed.
Thank you so much for being here again. If you don't mind, if you could just explain, I know that some of these questions have come up before, and I didn't ask it before. I wasn't sure if it was still a concern to the public. If you could just maybe respond to those questions that were posed, but also just any other things that maybe have been brought up in your past, but also moving forward, which we're hoping to do.
Thank you, Council Member, and through the Chair. Look, I've been in policing for over 40 years, 20 plus as a police chief. And in the course of that time, I've worked in several different very diverse communities. I've been a change maker wherever I've been, trying to make changes for the better. But when you make change, sometimes you ruffle feathers. My focus on change making has always been to bring together the police and the community. And every community that I have ultimately been part of has, I think, been tremendously supportive of the work that I've done. Richmond, California is a good example of that, where we brought down shootings and homicides by over 70%. It was one of the most violent per capita cities in the country, and by bringing community together with service providers and the police, we showed that when you work together, when you care about each other, when you focus on the right things, you can make tremendous changes in public safety. But again, I understand that there are always going to be some who oppose change. In Richmond, for example, I had to deal with a group of very entrenched senior officers when I came in who very bluntly told me, you can be the face of the department, but it's our turn to run it. We're going to make the decisions. That was not all right with me. I have never responded well to bullies. I did my best to move forward and run the department, and make changes so things would be done fairly. I had to deal with a lawsuit over a period of time, which I ultimately prevailed in with a unanimous jury verdict. But, again, lawsuits, challenges of other kinds are part of what you face as a police chief, and I've done my best to be responsive to community.
No, thank you, and thank you, Chair, for allowing me the time to have this continued discussion. I appreciate you, and I look forward to having continued conversations, and we know that, as has been stated, not just with your nomination, but others, that this is a position that is under high scrutiny, and we're hopeful that we can move forward, especially with the big decision to choose the next police chief. I thank you again. I think some concerns have been brought up in previous hearings, but I feel that you've been doing your best to go around and answer questions. I just wanted to have that in a public forum. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Any further questions for the nominee? Seeing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We are in discussion, members. Any further discussion? Thank you. Any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-333 and Resolution 25-200 CD1 has been adopted. Thank you, Mr. Magnus, for your willingness to serve, and congratulations. Members, turning to the top of page 7, Resolution 25-257, authorizing the use of overt video monitoring in the City and County of Honolulu to prevent and deter general criminal activity and achieve the legitimate law enforcement objective and legitimate public purpose of ensuring a safe and secure 2025 Honolulu Marathon. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Yes, Chair, we have Mr. Shelby Billionaire registered.
Okay, please proceed.
Aloha mai kākou, City Council. So I know a lot of people, when you read this bill, especially on the schedule, it looks really weird when it says overt, like they're going to spy on you at the park. But we know they're doing a lot of drugs, X, Y, and Z, kind of crazy stuff. So when you run this resolution through AI, it actually does put my letter of support. So if anybody wants to read it, they can read my letter, and we're going to keep it short. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any other testifiers?
Mr. Chair, that concludes. Oh, I'm sorry. Ms. Iwasa standing by remotely.
Okay, please proceed.
Sorry, we seem to have trouble getting her audio through. I'm
You're
not
on
sure
mute,
if it's
Ms.
on
Iwasa?
the testifier side or our side. Ms. Iwasa, is your microphone enabled? Because we note you as unmuted, but we cannot hear you on this side. Sorry, we're still not able to get her audio through. Not able to bring it. I'm gonna have to move on.
Brief recess. Okay, reconvening members, I think Sunshine Law requires us to allow her to testify. What I'm going to suggest is that she call in. If Natalie Iwasa, if you're watching, call in and we can put you on. And until then, I'll just pass this matter. Yeah? Okay, we'll come back to page 7. Moving on to page 8. Page 8. Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that the first reading items listed on pages 8 and 9 of the agenda pass first reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
Bill 63 relates to real property tax, real property taxation. It addresses the dedication of certain property for affordable long-term residential rental use. Bill 64 relates to appropriations. Bill 65 relates to budget execution. Bill 66 relates to exceptional trees.
Thank you so much. I believe our first testimony is from Shelby Billionaire. Not here? Oh, there you go. And you can testify on any of the first reading items.
The 63, 64, 65, 6, Chair?
Correct.
Okay, so thank you very much, folks. Pikachu Shelby Billionaire. I said no to Bill 64, no to Bill 65, and I'm supporting Bill 66. I did not testify on Bill 63. So Bill 64, the appropriations, that's code word for money, and I know the feds cut off the funds. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. And right now I'm concerned for the economy for everyone because they're lying to everyone about the public. And I'm not sure how the funds are going to go through, but when I ran through this AI, it says like a discretionary funds for HART for the rail, and I don't approve of the rail because it's empty. When you see that sucker at night, it's empty. I still have to catch the bus to ride the rail to go catch the bus to go to Waikiki. It doesn't make sense with the new proposal change plans, so I'm saying no to that. 67, budget execution. That's another code word for I'm going to funnel the money. So I'm an Asian guy. I'm just going to run this through Excel. I don't care what the people tell me in words. When I click through the button in Bill 65, because it's so short, most of these people won't even read it. The only way you can look at it is you go home, because it's too small, look at your phone and click on a little button, and it's so long. Every time you guys give me your budget bills, I don't testify on it because it breaks my AI. It says it's easier to solve the problems of the universe than understanding this bill. That's how bad some of these bills are. Some answers no, ʻAʻole. No means no on Bill 65, 64, but I know how you guys are going to vote anyway. But I have to still say it as the chairman for the Ohana Unity Party. I'm not a donkey, I'm not Shrek, I'm not elephant, I'm not Dumbo. I'm a Pikachu. Yeah, gotta catch him out. So, Bill 66, I do approve, because it has exceptional trees. Now, we do need a lot of trees. I have the city and county who came to our Waianae board that they want to put more different trees into our parks, native. Some of like the banyan trees that's in Moanalua Gardens, or the Japanese people, they pretend it's broccoli and they take a photo of that with a selfie. It's like, yeah, we can put that tree right in Po'okai Bay, because you know that stuff is dying. I don't know if there's enough water, but yeah, we put some broccoli trees there, and yeah, Pinoy power. I know they're gonna put that tamarind. You guys can use that for whatever you need. Or whatever you need. Let's rock and roll this sucker together. Heck yeah, we need more trees to help save the environment, and that's how we need to build our own hollows. We should teach the kids how to build their own house. And that's why I support Bill 66. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I believe we also have registered Natalie Wasa. Is she available now? Natalie, are you available? Can you say something? Just to make sure we can hear you. Are you calling in? She's calling in.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Please proceed.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened, and I guess there's a little bit of a feedback here. Hold on. Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can. Please proceed.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So sorry about this. Sorry for my late testimony too. Natalie Wassa for the record. With respect to Bill 63, I do appreciate the intent on this. I know the council member who introduced it has been working toward making our real property tax system more improved, but I oppose this because I have a number of concerns about it. First of all, this would make it a dedication available for long-term rentals that are affordable, which is less than 100% AMI, which is reasonable, but there are some requirements in here that just don't make any sense to me. First of all, the threshold is only what the residential A property limit is, and so why is that? I mean, we have properties that are above the residential A that are affordable, so that doesn't make sense to me. The owner must provide evidence that the tenant is eligible. To me, this means that there's some kind of document that the tenant would need to provide, and I think that this type of dedication gets to be very intrusive and invasive for the government as far as what is required to be shown. It also requires that the dedication be 5 years, and I would like you to talk about this whole issue in committee and the fact that my understanding is there are no properties in this dedication right now. So this 5-year requirement is very onerous, but not only that, if they fail to meet the 5-year requirement, you penalize the owner by having them go back 5 years or whatever, back to the beginning of when they got the dedication and pay the difference in the tax plus a 10% penalty. It's just not fair. It's not good policy. I ask you again to go ahead and look at the other real property tax exemptions. That's where the money is. So thank you for allowing me to testify.
Thank you. Members, any questions for Ms. Iwasa? Seeing none, thank you. Do you want to testify on any of the other bills that are listed for first reading, Ms. Iwasa?
No, that's it, Chair, but if I understood correctly, you also wanted me to testify to go back on that resolution on the video cameras. Is that correct?
Yes, let's take care of the first reading items and then we'll come back to page 7.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, I believe we also have Brent Kulbis testifying on Bill 65.
Thank you, Chair. Brett Kolbis, U.S. Navy veteran. I oppose Bill 65 in its current format and request that there be some amendments made. I stand by my testimony. While Bill 65 proposes new appropriations and amendments affecting public housing and building codes in Honolulu, at this early stage, it is crucial that careful consideration be given to both the intended benefits and potential unintended consequences of expanding the government's intervention in housing and development. I believe while the goals of 65 are worthy of discussion, its specifics demand careful scrutiny throughout the committee process to ensure it ultimately advances the interests of all Honolulu residents in a manner that respects fiscal discipline, individual liberty, and economic growth. Mahalo.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, I believe that is all the registered testifiers that we have. Is there any unregistered testifiers? And by the way, I do note that we have Andy Kawano here from Department of Budget and Fiscal Services. If you'd like to testify, or if members have any questions for the director. No, seeing none. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on first reading items? Seeing none, members, we're in discussion. Councilmember Kiaino.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to respond to Natalie Iwase as well as others who have testified with regard to my Bill 63. This is an effort to supplement Bill 34, which is being considered for final reading today. Bill 34 increases for residential A properties from the minimum threshold of $1 million to 1.3. The intent for Bill 63 under consideration for first reading today is to allow landlords to dedicate their homes as an affordable long-term residential rental to tenants who earn up to 100% AMI instead of, under current law, 80% AMI. And one of the reasons I was doing this was to ensure that the reductions in real property tax payments realized by the owner are passed on to the renter. And quite frankly, that's something that Natalie Iwase has been talking to us all of these years. When you just provide a tax exemption, it doesn't automatically transfer to the renter. I have heard loud and clear that 5 years may be too long, and I think that during committee we should consider making it 2 to 3 years to provide the greatest flexibility. In short, I am simply trying to incentivize residential A homeowners to rent to local families, and any potential costs to the taxpayer is going to be offset by the ability of local families to be able to stay here in Hawaii and to have an affordable price to rent an apartment or a home. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion, members? Councilmember Okimoto.
Sorry, Chair. There's just a testifier who's wanting to also testify on one of the measures, and they're on the phone and they haven't been able to get through or unmute themselves. I was just made aware of it.
Mr. Clerk, are you aware of another testifier?
So Chair, we don't see any hands raised at the moment.
me
If that
see.
person could raise their hand, if they're remotely logged on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She just texted.
So somebody's texted you that they want to testify.
They're on the phone wanting to testify.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're able to raise their hand on the phone or not. Press
Mr. Clerk,
star
is there a
9 maybe.
caller?
Can maybe ask her to push star 9. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Oh, there. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Now it works. Thank you, Councilmember Okimoto. I appreciate you intervening. Hi, everybody. My name is Malia Spenda, and I have COVID right now, so I apologize for my voice. And thank you for allowing me to come in on 63. I just want to voice my support. I think on this measure and for Councilmember Estakia Aina for introducing this and for continuing to try to pursue options for persons who try to keep our tenants. I do have a property in ʻEwa. This tenant is the manager of Macy's in Pearl City, in Pearl Ridge, as well as Kahala. And so I kind of feel like I'm on a attempt to keep her afloat, to keep, all those jobs afloat. So I really thank you all. I know that this is an early introduction of this measure. I think there's a number of concerns that have been raised, and perhaps that will work itself out in a committee. But I just want to continue to support all efforts that allow for folks like me who do have some property, a property that I've had the same tenant for 9 years now. And I try to keep her as part of my ohana, and we are friends and colleagues and yes, landlord tenant, but it's more than that. So thank you, and I just wanted to support. So thank you for getting me in.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, any other testifiers?
Mr. Chair, that concludes the testifiers.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Any further discussion? Thank you. Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations on the first reading items on pages 8 and 9 of the agenda have passed first reading. Thank you, members. Going back to page 7. Page 7, we have Natalie Iwasa.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please proceed.
Thank you, Natalie Watsa, for the record. So I'm so sorry about this technology issue here. Anyway, with respect to this resolution regarding the overt video monitoring for the marathon, I've testified in opposition a number of times over the last 2 decades. I just think that, you know, the government shouldn't be putting up cameras, and what it does, people, even if they're not doing anything wrong. So I just wanted to mention that 1 year, in addition, they had a camera posted right in front of somebody's private driveway, which I just felt was absolutely wrong. I haven't seen that since, but I just wanted to mention again my opposition. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any other testifiers on Resolution 25-257?
Mr. Chair, that concludes the testifiers.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, Resolution 25-257 has been referred to the Committee on Public Safety. Members, moving to the top of page 10, from the Committee on Budget, Councilmember Okimoto.
Thank you, Chair. I move that Committee Report 304 be adopted and Bill 59 pass second reading.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to sewer service charges.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Yes, sir. We have Mr. Brett Colbus standing by remotely and Shelby Billionaire in the chamber.
Okay, let's go with Shelby Billionaire first.
Aloha mai kako. So I'm opposing this bill, Bill 59, because it's talking about sewer service charges. In my world in Waianae, that means kukai or P-O-O-P, poop. So before I can get here, I have to go to Waianae Transit Center to catch the bus, and it smells like S-H-I-T. When you walk by there, when you drive by there, the homeless call the bathroom right across the street sewers because it smells like you know what. They put some plumeria trees when you try to drive by to Waianae Mall, and it smells like you know what, stink butt. And so now you're going to raise prices for sewer. So if you're on the Big Island, there's a code word that they teach you real fast. When it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, keep it mellow because they're on catchment. So in order to save money, I'll tell my constituents here, just you can poop outside like I do on Mauna Kea, and we use baby wipes, but you clean up after yourself and you can burn everything. So there's no reason why you should raise prices for poop and water. When the pipes are old, we know it's all outdated and you have to service 9 other places, not just Waianae, Sand Island. So I oppose this bill for raising poop prices. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next we have Kurt Bilbus.
Brett Colbus.
Thank you, Chair Waters. Brett Colbus again, Navy veteran, longtime resident of the beach. I oppose Bill 59 in its current draft. Bill 59 does not sufficiently safeguard Honolulu's fiscal position or its infrastructure, nor does it promote accountability for users who disproportionately burden public resources. I urge the committee, as this moves forward, to consider the common sense amendments I proposed in my written statement as a way to keep our sewer system sustainable and fair for all residents. Mahalo.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any other testifiers?
Mr. Chair, that concludes the testifiers.
Thank you, members. Oh, I'm sorry. Please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Carl Dix, and the whole sewer system here in Honolulu is a failing system. It's going to continue to fail. It's a bad idea. As the island has grown, the population has grown, we need to look at new technologies, we need to look at new ideas instead of keep dumping money into a failing program that's just getting bigger and bigger and fails bigger and bigger. We need to look at incinerators and other solutions that don't involve tearing up our streets, running pipes all over the place, and overflowing sewers into the ocean. There's new technology out there that needs to be investigated, looked into, and thought about and brought to the table instead of continuing to fund a failing system that's going to continue to fail bigger and bigger. I yield.
Thank you. Deputy Director, aloha, welcome.
Thank you, Chair Waters. Thank you, council members. So we are in support of Bill 59, which removes the surcharge for high strength sewer. And as far as industrial users, we regulate industrial users carefully. We have a pre-treatment program. And within that program, we issue permits which require industrial users to comply to permit conditions, which often include pre-treatment devices. We have over approximately 3,000 permits issued to industrial users. And so we are regulating and watching over these industrial users, and we feel that the high strength surcharge is not necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for the Deputy Director? Seeing none, thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on Bill 59? Seeing none, members, we're in discussion. Noting none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero.
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Aye.
Councilmember Kia-Aina.
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto. Aye. Councilmember Okimoto.
Aye.
Councilmember Talba. Aye. Councilmember Tupola, excuse. Councilmember Wire.
Aye.
Chair Waters.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-304 has been adopted and Bill 59 has passed second reading. Moving to the bottom of page 10, Councilmember Okimoto.
I move that Committee Report 305 be adopted and Bill 61 pass second reading.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to real property taxation.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any registered testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to testify on Bill 61? Seeing none, members, any discussion? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-305 has been adopted and Bill 61 has passed second reading. Moving to the top of page 11 from the Committee on Zoning and Planning, Councilmember Kia-Aina.
I move that Committee Report 310 be adopted and Bill 62, CD1, as amended, pass second reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia-Aina for the explanation.
This bill relates to amendments to bed and breakfast home and transient vacation unit standards and requirements initially made under Ordinance 24-14, but inadvertently omitted under Ordinance 25-2.
Thank you. I believe we have Shelby Billionaire in person.
Sorry, Chair, what bill are we on?
We're on Bill
62.
62.
62, okay, yeah.
Top of page 11.
Got your bed and breakfast. I support this bill because this will help a lot of the people who do own bed and breakfast. Not very popular here in Honolulu, but if you ever went to Maui and Molokai, Big Island, or Kauai, this would be very beneficial. And you want to run the numbers. I do want to support local business because I have a friend visiting, Victoria from Big Island, who flew in, and she's spending like $600, a little less for Waikiki for 3 days. She came out just to see our city council meeting, our Honolulu Police Commission meeting, and I want to break the stigmatism. Just because you're from another county doesn't mean you can't say anything, because they have a lot of human trafficking, drug smuggling going on, but there's a lot of retaliation. So hopefully we can inspire the future generations to come here, come out, go to Thelma's, have some fried egg omelet, adobo fried rice, because that's amazing here on the west side. Yeah, Yagi, Chihu, aloha.
Thank you. Next we have Kelly Lee, followed by Edward Jones.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, and Council members. I'm Kelly Lee with the Oahu Short-Term Rental Alliance, We strongly support this measure, which builds on the success of Ordinance 2414 and makes registration more efficient. But one issue remains. The current law requires a full registration and a $1,000 fee every time an operator or point of contact changes, even when the owner stays the same. These routine changes create unnecessary costs for owners and duplicate work for city departments, all without improving compliance. We respectfully ask that you remove change in operator as a trigger for full re-registration. Instead, we propose a simpler, updated process or a modest fee. Please fix this error so a simple operator change doesn't cost $1,000 and create extra work for all involved. Mahalo for your time today.
Thank you, Kelly. Any questions for the testifier? Councilmember Kiaina.
Just comments. Thank you so much for the testifier. These concerns were raised in the committee meeting, and I have assured the testifiers that a separate measure addressing your concerns will be moving forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the testifier? Seeing none. Next we have Edward Jones, followed by Jeanette Fukuwa.
Mr. Chair, both testifiers are not logged on.
Both testifiers are not logged on. Okay, is there anybody else who'd like to testify on Bill 62? Bill 62. Seeing none. Any discussion, members? Noting none. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kiaina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba? Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire?
Aye.
Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-310 has been adopted and Bill 62, CD1 has passed second reading. Moving to the bottom of page 11 from the Committee on Infrastructure, Transportation and Technology, Councilmember Cordero.
I move that Committee Report 317 be adopted and Bill 42, CD1, which relates to taxi cabs, as amended, pass second reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Thank you for the explanation. Mr. Clerk, I believe we have Shelby Pikachu Billionaire.
Hello, my kako. Before I became Pikachu, I used to live in New York for 7 years, and he used to rip me off right away. As soon as you land JFK, you're going to have some non-white person come up to you, try to hustle you to catch your stuff. Because I moved to Brooklyn right away, never seen the place, and it was like 40, 60 bucks. And they never had the digimeters there. Uber, Lyft wasn't there. This is early 2011. So this is the reason why I'm supporting this bill, because when you're riding Uber or Lyft or you're in some boony place, sometimes you need the taxi that's reliable. But in New York, the Chinese person would call the Chinese taxi, the Korean person called the Korean taxi. They don't speak English. So there's a hustle going on, and that's why I'm presuming that's why you're putting this bill together, so people don't get hustled. So I approve this bill so you can see the meter going up, but you gotta watch these Chinese people. You know, you're gonna be stuck in traffic from downtown to Waianae. It's gonna cost me more when I could have just Ubered myself. So I do support this bill with some amendments. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any other testifiers?
Mr. Chair, that concludes the registered testifiers.
Thank you, members. We're in discussion. Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kiaina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Aye. Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba? Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire?
Aye.
Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-317 has been adopted and Bill 42, CD1 has passed second reading. Turning to the top of page 12, Councilmember Cordero.
I move that Committee Report 319 be adopted and Bill 60, CD1, as amended, which relates to the Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transportation, pass second reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, as well as explained. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Yes, sir. We have both in person and person standing by remotely.
Okay, let's start with Shelby Pikachu Billionaire.
Hello, my kako, folks. Thank you all. Good to see you again. I'm saying no to the rail because the Portuguese should have started it from Waikiki to Ala Moana, from there to the airport. If they'd been in Las Vegas, traveled around the world, it's inefficient. They went bankrupt multiple times, hiring the France company. We should hire someone from Japan, from Tokyo, or from China to make this stuff more efficient. Who the heck puts Hawaiian-style designs on concrete, which is 70 years porous? They could have Googled the material, and Okinawa during the Osaka World Fair has some brand new concrete that's lasting longer, staying stronger all night long, if you know what I mean, Chair. So that's why I disapprove of the Heart Rail. I disapprove of the budget, because now they want to go to UH Manoa, and they're trying to force with the city bus. They're going to cancel the C, which is how we get directly from Waianae to Ala Moana. They're going to force us to spend $3 to catch the bus, to go to Kapolei to ride the rail, to spend another $3, to get off the rail, to catch another bus for $3, and then to catch it back. That's $6, $9, and then you're trying to raise the rates. I say, heck no. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Andre Johnson. Aloha and welcome.
Hello, I approve of Bill 60, and I think it's very important that we plan for our future. Traffic is getting worse, and we need more transit options. I think it's very important that we plan now before we build it later and we cause all these problems that we have now. I think this all could have been avoided if we just planned more, and I approve of Bill 60. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next we have Brent Kolbus.
Thank you, Chair. Water, Brett Kolbus again, everybody's resident, Navy veteran. I acknowledge that CD1 represents an improvement over the original bill by removing the automatic prioritization of one specific extension. However, I remain concerned about granting Hart, who has a very sketchy track record, the expanded planning authority without adequate fiscal constraints and accountability measures. As a taxpayer and advocate for responsible government spending, I request that the council in the next committee consider amendments that I provided, I should say common sense amendments that I provided in my written testimony. Mahalo.
Thank you. Next we have Jacob Weinsek.
Aloha Chair, aloha Council members. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to testify this morning in support of Bill 60. As I keep saying in my oral and written testimony, proper preparation prevents poor performance. I'm a strong supporter of the overall Skyline project. I'm a daily transit commuter, and I'm very excited for segment 2 to open, which is going to provide further congestion and traffic relief for our city. However, we cannot continue to go forward with business as usual. We all know, understand, and have felt the disruptions and poor prior preparation for the Skyline project, and it cannot be allowed to continue. This bill will give us the proper preparation in order to continue and plan for needed extensions. We all understand that Skyline can't end at Civic Center. We need to get it to Ala Moana. We need to get it eventually to UH Manoa. And then we also need to be looking at extensions to West Oahu to include other parts of Kapolei, maybe even Ko'olina. And then I think, there's a strong case to be made that, we can start planning for an extension up to Central Oahu so all neighborhoods in our city can benefit. To conclude, I strongly support Bill 60. Let's get this across the legislative finish line. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our registered testifiers. Is there anybody else in the audience who'd like to testify? Please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Carl Dix again. Let's start at the beginning of the rail project, the Skyline project. The funding of it is a scheme. It's not legal the way it's being funded. One jurisdiction collecting a tax and taking a cut of it and for another jurisdiction. That on the surface, it's not supposed to occur. And then it's caveman technology. There's so much better technology. It's the slowest, most high maintenance way to build a rail in a mass transit. And it's a prime example of the emptiness of a good plan for transportation for Hawaii, and especially Oahu. The train runs empty all the time because everybody's still in the same place they've always been. That rail hasn't, we're running this train back and forth empty promises that have been promised to the people of Hawaii for years and years and years. Destroying Waianae, the West Coast, because the parents are sitting in this traffic while their kids do whatever they want without supervision, because that's the way it is. Nobody's got any proper solutions. Nobody's got any futuristic. There's much better technology. This rail project from the get-go was nothing more than a slush fund, and we need better leadership. We need better ideas. We need to move into at least caveman technology. I yield.
Thank you. Anybody else like to testify on Bill 60? Aloha, welcome.
Hello, Chair, Council members. Mark Anthony Clemente on behalf of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, representing 6,000 hardworking men and women of the Hawaii Carpenters Union. We are in strong support of bills like Bill 60. You know, this is beyond just planning for rail. This is unlocking housing. This is relieving traffic congestion. And I agree with actually most of what the previous testifier, Jacob Winsek, had mentioned about all of the reasons he supports this bill. This is about planning. You know, let's unlock HART's ability to plan for future segments. You know, if H2 and H3 were just completed halfway, those would be unusable as well when we talk about ridership levels. Well, when we bring it all the way to UH Manoa, and a majority of Oahu residents support this according to a scientific poll conducted through Hawaii Perspectives, and that's something I can provide later, but about 77% of Oahu residents support bringing the rail to at least UH Manoa. So let's give HART a chance to study either going all the way to UH Manoa or further into West Oahu. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on Bill 60? Bill 60. Seeing none, thank you. Members, we're in discussion. Councilmember Kiaina, followed by Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Can we have the HART director?
Sure. Lori Kahikina, aloha, welcome.
Good morning, Lori Kahikina, Executive Director of HART.
Hi. Good morning, Director. You know, under the, I'm looking at the CD1 on the page 1, and it says HART is authorized to conduct planning and preliminary engineering for extensions to the minimum operable segment. I'm not an expert. I can't remember all of the your activities and planning processes. Could you explain for us what the minimum operable segment is and until where it will end?
Currently, as authorized by City Council, the MOS is from East Kapolei to Ala Moana Center.
Okay.
So any extensions to that, it would need City Council and Mayor's approval.
Okay, and you have currently completed segment 1, and segment 2 is going to be coming on board in October.
Correct.
In the near future. Is the leg past the Civic Center considered segment 3?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. I'm just trying to get my factual information together.
Thank you.
As I'm determining my position on this.
Thank you, Council Member.
Thank you. Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Thank you, Chair. I want to thank the testifiers, both for and against it. For the testifiers who were in support, you know, they noted a number of things: economic equity, access, unlocking housing opportunities. But one thing that really stuck out to me was the pedestrian safety aspect. We, as a community, have been engaged in a lot of concern about the rising number of pedestrian deaths. Every single one of these pedestrian deaths on this island involves a vehicle. It's because we spend an inordinate amount of money on a road system, supporting car infrastructure, but very little gets spent on public transportation, even though hundreds of thousands of people on this island, 116,000 riders a day, depend on our public transportation system. Bill 60 is not authorizing construction, it's authorizing planning. And if you think about this rail system, which started in 2004, there was a pro-rail mayor elected who came in 2005. The GET was approved in 2005. Groundbreaking happened 6 years later. The EIS was accepted, 5 years after the GET. It took 5 years to get from approving the funding mechanism to an EIS that was published. And now we're in 2025 with the system supposed to get to Kaka'ako in 2031, we're 5 years away. We need 5 years to even begin planning for beyond 1 inch beyond that, 1 inch beyond Ala Moana, and same thing on the west side. I think a lot of people criticize the rail project, but if we look at the other huge infrastructure project, the very first huge infrastructure project that we as a community undertook was H1. Everyone points to H3, delays, costs, all of that. H1 started in 1959. That's when construction got started, and the first segment didn't open until 6 years later. And that segment was 1 mile long. It wasn't a 19-mile long system. They took 6 years to build 1 mile of H1 when they began. And it took until 1986. It took 30 years to finally get to the airport viaduct and finish that and get the whole system connected. It took 30 years to get there. And now each and every day, all those cars that I talked about before, think nothing of this enormous public infrastructure project that we did and completed way back then. And so now we have a rail project that is on its way to completion. It's had its share of delays, but I think we need to put this into context and remind ourselves that things like this do take a long time to get done. And if we don't start planning now in 2025 or 2026, we are not going to be ready for 2031 or 2038 or 2040 or whenever it might be that we continue on to a place like Manoa or out to Kotlin or wherever else it might go. We need to start now, and I know that questions have been raised about whether this is the right time. If now is not the right time, then when's the right time? And anybody who brings up whether it's the right time now, perhaps could identify another time when it would be better. I don't know if it's next year or 2027 or 2030. If we can point to a specific year, I'd be happy to delay the bill till then. But until that happens, let's move forward now.
Thank you. Quick question, Director Kaikina. There's the locally preferred alternative and the minimal operative segment. Can you tell us what the locally preferred alternative means? Where did that come from, and what is the locally preferred alternative?
Yes, so the locally preferred alternative right now, and my understanding, the voters decided on that many years ago, and that goes from West Kapolei all the way to University of Hawaii. So that is the extent. And right now, if HART is only authorized the minimal operable segment, and we are authorized by City Council. If the City Council so chooses to match the MOS to the LPA, that would need authorization from you folks and Mayor to authorize HART to continue to extend the existing MOS.
Okay, and the MOS, as mentioned when Councilmember Kiaina asked, was from where to where?
It's from East Kapolei to Ala Moana Center.
East Kapolei.
East Kapolei, so the LPA.
But the locally preferred alternative was from West Kapolei.
Correct.
So everybody who drives by on the west side, you see the end of the rail just stop and cut off.
Yes.
Is that because that's where East Kapolei is?
Correct, Chair.
So if we wanted to get to, say, the shopping center or West Kapolei, we'd have to extend the minimum operable segment.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Okay, everybody understand? Councilmember Tolba.
Thank you, Chair. Director Kaikina, do you have a budget for planning studies, evaluations, surveys, assessments in your current budget?
No, we do not. We are not authorized to go beyond what was authorized by you folks.
Okay, so what is the total projected cost of rail when completed to the Civic Center?
To Civic Center is $9.8 billion. With financing costs, it'll be a little bit over $10 billion.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Cordero? No? Okay. Okay, any other questions, Councilmember Kiaina?
No more questions. We're in discussion, so I'm going to make my comments.
Okay.
And I appreciate.
Thank you.
I appreciate Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam's comments as well with regard to timing, because for me, that is my concern. I actually, before I saw the Star Advertiser editorial that said approve rails worth before extension, those were the thoughts in my mind, because we're not even at Ala Moana. We are about to enter into segment 2, and I would like to see the viability of rail through segment 2, and of course eventually to Ala Moana. Top of mind for me is not just the overall operational costs, but the maintenance costs. that will incur. And where we're going to get all the money for this, a lot is dependent, of course, on the increase of ridership, which I believe, hopefully, segment 2 will be transformational, as well as the sustainability of that ridership. So for me, it's a matter of time, Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam. I don't know when, but it is certainly not now for me. I'm all about planning and studies, but I need to have a level of confidence that segment 2 is going to be a success, because I am fully supportive of it going to Ala Moana. Maybe during the time that we assess the success of segment 2 and we start planning for segment 3, then maybe about that time we could be looking for planning. But I need to just remind everybody that I am a strong supporter of rail, but I represent a district and a constituency that has the least support for rail. So for someone in my situation, I would like to be fiscally prudent with regard to how we move forward. And so for that reason, I will be voting no for this measure.
Thank you, Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you. You can
Go ahead,
first.
Councilmember Cordero.
Okay, thank you, Chair. As a co-introducer of the bill, and as many of you all know, and I have mentioned many times, I get to represent the areas that has the most rail stations. So my district is deeply impacted not only by the amount of rail stations, but the amount of highways and intersections of different freeways and that come through my district, whether it be by the airport, by Likelike, even the Pali, as well as H3 and down by H1 and H201. And rail will provide that option moving forward if we start to plan for that now. I was not always a supporter of rail. In 2008, I casted my first vote ever, and it was a no vote for rail. Now I stand here representing majority of the rail stations. I see that and can attest to the fact that our rail system may seem empty when people are working, but is full of commuters very early in the beginning, early mornings, as well as when people are going home. They are filled also during the weekends, and also when people are utilizing it to go to different events through whether it be in Waipahu or in Halava. But a lot of the questions that come to me is, you know, why doesn't it touch at Pearl Ridge? Why don't we go all the way to Kamakana'ali'i? Why did we not look to going to this side or that side? And a lot of the discussions and concerns and looking at the utilities from utility issues that have caused a lot of these problems before would have been addressed through proper planning, proper planning and engineering, and which is basically what we are advising through this bill to HART to do. And so this is not giving them the money, because HART does not have any ability to start looking at this yet, because we need to give them that. Like, they're not gonna start doing it until we say so. And so this is our time to do it. Once again, this doesn't give them any money yet until we plan for that, but right now this helps them to start looking at what they need to start doing the surveying, assessments, anything that they need, any discussions that's necessary to start looking at this for 10, 15, 20 years out. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councilmember Tolba.
Thank you, Chair. You know, this bill sets policy that allow HART to begin planning for more rail before we even completed the segment we already committed to. That's premature and fiscally irresponsible. We made tough decisions to shorten the rail line and set a budget. Now we need to honor that commitment, not expand it. Taxpayers and small businesses already carry the burden of this project through years of road closures, disruption, and rising costs. The rail budget has ballooned to nearly $10 billion. Bill 60 threatens to undo the cost controls we sought to establish. Once planning advances into design and entitlements, it becomes harder politically to say no later. We also need to confront the facts. Bus ridership remains low, and transit usage overall has not rebounded to past expectations. Many riders say the bus used to get them where they needed to go more quickly than the current system. Instead of improving services, we've added transfers and inconvenience. The case for expansion depends on growing ridership, but we haven't reversed the decline yet. We've been told that if you build it, TOD will follow, but development around stations has lagged far behind expectations. If we authorize more extensions now without evidence that existing system has stimulated meaningful growth, we risk repeating the same mistakes of building rail to empty stations and underused facilities. This bill calls for more planning and preliminary engineering, but it comes with no new funding. Our capital budgets are stretched and maintenance costs are growing. Without committed funding for construction and operations, we are laying the groundwork for plans that may never be viable and expecting taxpayers to foot the bill. So let's finish the minimum operable segment we're currently committed to within budget with accountability and transparency. When we finish rail, let's collect real road data about ridership and costs. After a full evaluation and robust community input, then we can revisit the question of extension based on facts and not assumptions. Let's focus on finishing what we promised. Let's prove that it works. I support finishing Skyline as we promised, but we can't keep this thing and keep asking taxpayers to write the blank checks to HART. So no vote. Chair, mahalo.
Thank you. Councilmember Wire, then Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you, Chair. Wanted to first just acknowledge the frustration. I think a lot of us have seen rail get off to a bumpy start. I mean, I was going to say, I think the conversation first started when I was in high school, but I know actually decades and decades of conversations have happened about rail. And so, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of folks are rightfully frustrated. I've been frustrated. But as we move to a more transparent process, you know, where we're seeing, you know, the federal government releasing funds, we're seeing our executive director being recognized with national awards, we're seeing, you know, just the impact on the community already occurring. I think there's potential now to recognize we want to avoid all the mistakes that have happened to date. And so we want to set up HART to be able to plan and really meet the needs of our community. And I see that happening already. I totally agree. I think, you know, it's been hard for a lot of reasons that we're trying to address to develop housing and provide opportunities for our community and opportunities for small businesses. And so the more we can chip away at that and make the process simpler, the better. But, you know, if we're going to be sincere in, you know, just addressing community concerns and talking about keeping the country and preserving rural Oahu and providing a pathway for sustainable agriculture, we also have to acknowledge that, you know, we have to move quickly to address just the hemorrhaging of people we're experiencing and the loss of our workforce and the loss of our community ultimately as folks move away. And so I do see rail as an opportunity for that. And just most recently, you know, at the Hawaii Ice Station the other day when we did the farmers market through the Bloomberg Challenge, both the food bank was there earlier in the day, you know, Waianae Coast Comprehensive was there with their big band doing blood pressure checks, and they had Alapaio services doing like the SNAP signups, and then Malcolm Meats and Whole Farms, and Waipahu High School youth were there from the ag program selling ag, and the culinary program had their little, you know, their cookies and their cakes, and then behind them is, you know, the food plants that have been planted. I mean, there's really an opportunity in a lot of ways to contribute to the vibrancy of our communities. It is already happening, and even, you know, people getting off rail surprised and like taking videos and photos of all the you know, the food hub and or the food pantry and the farmers market, I should say. And that's just like a small part of a lot of work we got to invest in and do. And so really today I acknowledge the frustration from the past that's continuing. I encourage folks to check the HART website, look at the progress reports look at the documentation as evaluations come in, and we continue to get positive feedback from the FTA and the federal government during a time when there's a lot of criticism of other states on projects that they're doing, and continue to pave pathways to meet the needs of our community. So I'm supportive, but just wanted to acknowledge that I understand the frustrations.
Thank you. Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you. I did in committee mention that I would like to have it for public hearing in Kapolei. I had the option of either keeping it in my committee, but I did want to have it out for public hearing while we are here on the west side. And I want to request, I would hope that the members at least allow us to bring it back to committee, because I do acknowledge that we do want to allow for the HART board to take it up in their late October meeting as well, because they have not been able to calendar it then yet. So I do want to, I did commit to keeping it in my committee until then, and so we are here at council right now. So hopefully, if the members could help me bring it back to committee, that's my request. I do have to note, though, that you know, how are we able to determine any facts or any questions that we may have for the for HART if we do not authorize them to start discussing this, looking at what they need to, and before we start asking these questions. We won't know that until we authorize them to do so, and this is all this bill does. And also for TOD, yes, it is absolutely frustrating that NIMBYism, as well as a lot of the long time discussions that we go through TOD planning, from approving the zoning through waiting it out after we approve the TOD plans, and then going through that process. That is a super frustrating long time process that we have to go through. But as a staffer, formerly at the as a former staffer at the council, it's been frustrating also to see the long-standing back and forth that would happen between the administration as well as the legislative branch, as well as planning for rail that has occurred. And I only would see that it would have been better thought out if we were able to authorize such planning time and purposes. So once again, I request that if this bill would be able to go back to committee, we probably wouldn't even be able to take it up until the end of the year due to the timing of the HART board anyway. So, mahalo.
Thank you. Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Thank you. And as the other co-introducer, I just want to build upon Councilmember Cordero's comments. I think the issues that have been raised, the complaints, the frustrations, as Councilmember Wire mentioned, these things are solvable. These things are imminently solvable. We ask why the TOD isn't here yet. Well, this is something we can solve. We're waiting for rezoning maps to come in from DPP. We have the ability to approve those maps. We ask ourselves why the only TOD that we seem to see are high-rise towers in Ala Moana. Why is that? It's because we have an extremely complicated IPDT permitting system for projects that are along the future rail line that favors large landowners, favors those with huge resources that can go about hiring a bunch of planners to negotiate with the city over all these little details, rather than smaller landowners who might want to provide, smaller, more modest housing along the rail line. Why is it that there's cost overruns and risks, unforeseen risks? Let's look at what some of those are. We've had lawsuits over property acquisition. Could we have avoided this with earlier planning? Could we have avoided this by routing it in a different way? Lori, one of the first issues that Lori had to deal with was utility relocation on Dillingham, because we didn't know where all the utilities were. And when we found out, it was going to be hugely expensive to run down the middle of Dillingham. So what did Lori do? She moved the alignment a little bit Mauka Could we have done this earlier? Could we have thought about this earlier? The only way we're going to do that earlier is through earlier planning. So I appreciate, those who think that maybe this is a cart before the horse, but I don't want us to get to 2031 and find out, well, now what? And have to start from scratch. We have the ability now to solve many of these problems, and we need to actually be solving them, including TOD, including the housing along the rail, including reducing risk, including managing the overrun. We have the capability of doing all of this. But right now, HART does not have the capability to plan 1 inch beyond Ala Moana and 1 inch beyond East Kapolei. And if we ever want to get to UH Manoa, we have to start now.
Thank you. And anybody who's driven by the west side of the skyline sees that it's just cut off. Like, it's so stark and obvious. And it would be really, really great if we could extend it to at least where Department of Hawaiian Homes is, right? Or Kamakana Ali'i, where the shopping center is. But in order to do that, you got to extend the minimal operable segment. And asking the Transportation Committee perhaps to consider that in the next committee hearing, so that we can have an ending to it, not just stopped right there. That's going to cost money. We got to figure out how to pay for it too. But certainly, if we're going to consider extending the minimal operable statement or segment to UH, we should actually consider going the other direction too. Anyway, any further discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections? Noting the objections of Councilmember Tolba and Kia Aina. Any others? Councilmember Okimoto?
Reservations.
Reservations for Councilmember Okimoto. Anybody else? Thank you. CR 319 has been adopted and Bill 60, CD1 has passed second reading. Thank you, members. Moving to page 13 from the Committee on Budget, Councilmember Okimoto.
Thank you, Chair. I move that Committee Report 302 be adopted and Bill 34, 2024, CD1 pass third reading.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to real property taxation.
Thank you. We have a number of testifiers, starting with Shelby Pikachu Billionaire.
Mahalo nui loa. This is actually Bill 13 I'm testifying on. So to speed things up, the rest of the bills all sequentially, I'm supporting all to save time. So Bill 34 I support, Bill 62 filing motor vehicle registration I support, Bill 51 improvement districts I support, Bill 52 maintenance of streams I definitely support the bodies of water, and Bill 39 I support for rental housing. I do have to cut for the Honolulu Police Commissioners, but I do want to shout out to you, Chair Waters, and the City Council. I actually reviewed over the minutes for last minute's meeting and had to look for my name because I wasn't here. I heard you called it out, but it is documented on the paperwork, so I want to thank you all. I had to verify and say thank you all. I am #1 Ichiban for testimonies physically. For us as the Ohana Unity Party, so I want to say thank you all, but we have to go to Honolulu Police Commissions, so I want to say thank you all for everything that you guys have to do, and I'd be amazed if you actually read all my testimonies. 17 times takes too long, and then I got to fill out paperwork here. So thank you very much, Chair Waters. Appreciate y'all. You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you coming for the West Side. Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you. Next, we have Suzanne Young, Honolulu Board of Realtors. Lori Lum. Aloha.
Aloha, Chair Waters and members of the Council. Lori Lum on behalf of Suzanne Young, CEO of the Honolulu Board of Realtors. We are testifying in strong support of Bill 34. When Residential A was introduced in 2014, it was designed to target high-value, non-owner occupied residents. At that time, the median single-family home price on Oahu was less than $700,000. Today, it exceeds $1 million. So as a result, many modest multi-generational properties have become classified as Residential A. This measure helps realign the policy, ensuring that only high-value properties without a homeowner exemption are classified as Residential A, consistent with the original intent. We also believe that owners whose properties are classified as Residential A for the first time should be given an additional opportunity to file for an exemption once they receive their assessment, as we have found that many homeowners do not understand the exemptions available. We appreciate the council's time, thoughtful consideration in addressing these issues, and remain committed to working collaboratively with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the testifier? Seeing none, thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on Bill 34? Mr. Clerk, do we have anybody remotely?
Yes, we do have one caller standing by.
Okay, please proceed.
Hello?
Aloha, welcome. Please proceed.
Hi. Thank you, Council Chair. My name is Malia Senda, and I'm going to reiterate. First of all, I just want to compliment every one of you, council members. You look very handsome and beautiful in your formal attire. I just want to compliment you as I've been watching you on YouTube this whole morning. And secondly, I want to just say mahalo, mahalo, mahalo to Councilmember Kia'aina for pursuing this measure. For the past couple of years, every time it's come up, I've tried to give voice as a non-professional property manager, a long time, as I've said before in the previous bill. And thank you for, hearing the voices of those of us who try to keep our rents low enough that, that our tenants can survive in this very tough environment in Hawaii. And I also want to mahalo Director Kawano and the budget staff. I know this has been a bill that you've worked hard and probably have had a little heartache on. But thank you for seeing it through to this point. And again, you've heard my story already. I've tried to be at least a voice of a tenant or of a property owner that has one tenant who I keep trying to take care of and make sure that she can remain in Hawaii and flourishing. So thank you for considering and I hope passing this measure.
Thank you so much. Mr. Clerk, do we have any other testifiers?
Mr. Chair, that concludes the testifiers.
Thank you. Members, we're in discussion. Councilmember Kia'aina.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to thank all of the testifiers, of course, the Department of Budget and Fiscal Services leadership, and of course, the Oahu Board of Realtors. This measure is timely, given the escalating costs of property land values. What this will do for many local families who have residential A properties, it will not be taxed at $11.40 until it's above $1.3 million. As was mentioned by a testifier, many homes exceed $1 million. So under current law, you're taxed $4 up into the $1 million, and after $1 million, it's $11.40. This will increase it for the first threshold to $1.3 million and alleviating the tax burden for a lot of local families. With regard to transient vacation units, it will increase the threshold from 800,000 to 900,000, and of course it is lower because most of the TVUs are apartments versus residential homes. And it's just another effort by the City Council, should it pass today, to provide relief to our local families. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion, members? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kia'aina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba? Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire? Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-302 has been adopted. Bill 34, 2024, CD1 has passed third reading. Moving to the bottom of page 13, Councilmember Okimoto.
I move that Committee Report 303 be adopted and Bill 62, 2024, CD2, as amended, pass third reading.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to the motor vehicle registration.
Thank you. I believe Shelby Billionaire signed up to testify, but it appears that he has left the building. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on Bill 62? Seeing none, any discussion, members? Councilmember Tolba.
Just wanted to say thank you and support. This bill provides a small but meaningful way to honor our senior veterans. It's a respectful gesture that recognizes their service while easing a small financial burden. So mahalo for the support. And again, yes vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion, members? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kiaina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba? Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire? Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR 303 has been adopted and Bill 62, 2024, CD2 has passed third reading. Moving to the top of page 14 from the Committee on Zoning and Planning, Councilmember Kiaina.
I move that Committee Report 309 be adopted and Bill 51, CD2 is amended, past third reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kiaina for the explanation.
This bill relates to Improvement District by amending the Fort Street Mall Special Improvement District Number 2 and superseding any conflicting provisions.
Thank you. I believe we have a few testifiers. Shelby Billionaire wasn't registered. Angela Melody Young.
Mr. Chair, the testifier is not logged on.
Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to testify? Aloha and welcome.
Good morning, Chair Waters and council members. Personally, my name is Victor Lim, and I represent the Fort Street Mall Business Improvement District. And on behalf of the downtown community, we want to thank our council member Santos-Tam, as well as council member Kiaina, that really spearhead the zoning committee to bring us here today. We really appreciate all the effort that a lot of the staff have provided us to bring us to this point. And you can rest assured that we will do what's right to make this work, and you'll be very proud of the Downtown Business Improvement District. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Aloha, please come forward.
Hello, Council. My name is Robbie Kelly, representing Avalon Development. We stand in strong support of this. I want to thank you all for your time in the last several months in considering this proposal. This is something we believe is going to be a huge boon for downtown, and we are really excited to see it be put into effect soon. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Aloha.
Hello, Chair Waters, council members, Mark Anthony Clemente on behalf of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters in strong support of Bill 51 CD2. Stand by my written testimony, but just wanted to say, really excited that it made it this far, and we're ready for the transformative things that will happen with our downtown Honolulu. Thank you.
Thank you. Aloha, welcome.
Hi, my name is Wesley Starnes. Today I'm here in my capacity as the chairman of the board for the Affordable Hawaii Foundation, here to submit testimony in full support of Bill 51. Affordable Hawaii Foundation is a group of young professionals in downtown. We've been heading some boots on the ground initiatives to improve the district. Currently, we've been working with the Fort Street bid on Doho Night Market, Doho Run Club, and Doho Yoga Club, with more to come. We're just very excited about this opportunity, and can't wait to work hard to see this live up to its full potential. So thank you.
Thank you. Hello, welcome.
Good morning, Chair, Council. My name is Jamie Barbosa, and I am here as a resident, continuing to strongly support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for driving all the way out to Kapolei. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on this measure? Seeing none, anybody on the remote side, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Members, we're in discussion. Councilmember Kiaina.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to thank Councilmember Santos-Tam for his leadership on this issue, as well as the businesses and residents of downtown. I'm looking forward to the partnership between the city and the community. I don't believe this is just going to be a boon to downtown. It's going to be a boon to our visitors and Kama'aina alike, and Hawaii's overall economy, quite frankly. You are the heartbeat of Oahu's economy and even Hawaii's economy, and as such, You know, when you go and work hard every day, you want to be able to go to a thriving environment where you can feel safe and you see the improvement on your sidewalks and all of the infrastructure necessary to have you continue to be successful for our economy. So I just wanted to thank you for that and urge my colleagues to support this measure.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Just briefly, I think I've said everything that could possibly be said about the downtown bid, but I just want to thank Councilmember Kiaina for her leadership on this. It's been a, there's lots of stakeholders to corral, and she's done a very good job of listening to them and balancing all of the concerns and moving forward a product that, as you mentioned, is going to be a boon not just to downtown, but hopefully to the island on the whole. So, mahalo.
Thank you. Any further discussion, members? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Enthusiastically, aye.
Councilmember Kiaina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talbot? Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire? Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR 309 has been adopted, and Bill 51 CD2 has passed third reading. Congratulations. Moving to the bottom of page 14 from the Committee on Infrastructure, Transportation and Technology, Councilmember Cordero.
I move that Committee Report 318 be adopted and Bill 52, as it relates to the maintenance of streams and other bodies of water, pass third reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Thank you for the explanation. Is there a motion to amend? Councilmember Cordero.
Yes, I move that Bill 52 be amended to the hand-carried OCS 2025-0805/9/30/2025 6:12 p.m. And we have it listed on each member's desk, but the proposed FD1 makes the following amendments. It deletes Section 3 of the bill, which amended the definition of stream in ROH Section 40-3.1 to clarify that lakes and ponds in the list of bodies of water that are excluded from that definition only include endorheic lakes and ponds, and renumber subsequent sections of the bill accordingly. And B, makes miscellaneous technical and non-substantive amendments.
Thank you so much. It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Cordero for the explanation. Oh, thank you for the second. Do we have any testifiers, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. Chair, we had one registered testifier, but I believe he's no longer here.
Is that Shelby Pikachu
Yes,
Billionaire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last call for Shelby Pikachu Billionaire. Not here. Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify? Seeing none. Members, we're in discussion on the motion to amend. Motion to amend?
Yeah.
Please proceed. Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you for this discussion on the motion to amend. Once again, this basically will remove the inclusion of endorheic lakes because under the city-owned areas, because we do not have any such endorheic lakes and ponds within the city's jurisdiction. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, any objections or reservations to the amendment? Noting no objections or reservations, Bill 52 has been amended to the hand-carried FD1. Any objections or reservations to waiving Council Rule 19G, the 48-hour notice? Seeing none, the 48-hour notice has been waived. Any discussion on the bill itself, members? Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you. Thank you, members, for taking up this bill. I do also want to mahalo the city administration, namely Director Gina Albano from the Department of Facility Maintenance for but being a great collaborator on what language we can do to support the Department of Facility Maintenance. And mahalo to DFM for the amazing work that they do all throughout our city. Mahalo.
Yes, thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kiaina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Aye. Councilmember Okimoto.
Aye.
Councilmember Talba.
Aye.
Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire. Chair Waters.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-318 has been adopted, and Bill 52, FD1, has passed third reading. Thank you. Turning to page 15 from the Committee on Housing, Homelessness, and Parks, Councilmember Tolba.
I move that committee report 327 be adopted and Bill 39, CD1, as amended, pass third reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tolba for the explanation.
Relating to affordable rental housing.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Yes, sir. We had 1 registered testifier. I believe he's no longer here.
Okay. Is there anybody else who'd like to testify on Bill 39? 39. Seeing none, members, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero.
Oh, aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Aye.
Councilmember Kia Aina.
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto. Councilmember Okimoto.
Aye.
Councilmember Talba.
Aye.
Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire. Chair Waters.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-327 has been adopted, and Bill 39, CD1, has passed third reading. Members, it is now 12:08. Would you like to take a break now or keep going? I got
Keep
one.
going.
Keep going? Keep going? Okay, let's keep going. We're on the top of page 16 from the Committee on Budget. Councilmember Okimoto.
Thank you, Chair. I move that Committee Report 306 and Resolution 25-239 be adopted.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to real property tax compromise.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have 1 registered testifier, but I believe he has left.
Okay. Anybody else like to testify on Resolution 25-239? Seeing none, members were in discussion. Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-306 and Resolution 25-239 has been adopted. Councilmember Okimoto.
I move that Committee Report 307 and Resolution 25-258 be adopted.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to the transfer of funds.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-307 and Resolution 25-258 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 17, Councilmember Okimoto.
I move that Committee Report 308 and Resolution 25-259 be adopted.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Okimoto for the explanation.
Relating to the transfer of funds.
Transfer of funds. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion on the transfer of funds? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting none, CR-308 and Resolution 25-259 has been adopted. From the Committee on Zoning and Planning, Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Committee Report 311 and Resolution 25-229, CD1, as amended, be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution grants a special management area major permit to allow for the demolition of an existing single-unit dwelling and the construction of a new single-unit dwelling, detached garage with a recreation room, individual wastewater system, and other improvements in Malai Kahana, Oahu.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero.
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Aye.
Councilmember Kia Aina.
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto. Councilmember Okimoto.
Aye.
Councilmember Talba. Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire. Chair Waters.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-311 and Resolution 25-229, CD1, has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 18, Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Committee Report 312 and Resolution 25-230, CD1, as amended, be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution grants a special management area major permit to allow for the construction of a new single-unit dwelling with covered lanais, attached carport, and uncovered parking spaces and the installation of a new individual wastewater system in Kahului, Oahu.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Anybody else wishing to testify? Seeing none. Any discussion, members? Seeing none. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kia Aina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba?
Aye.
Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire? Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-312 and Resolution 25-230, CD1 has been adopted. Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Committee Report 315 and Resolution 25-245 CD1 as amended be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution grants a special management area major permit to allow for the construction of an addition to an existing single-unit dwelling and the construction of a new single-unit dwelling with an individual wastewater system in Malai Kahana, Oahu.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Members, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kia Aina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba?
Aye.
Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire? Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-315 and Resolution 25-245, CD1 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 19, Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Committee Report 316 and Resolution 25-246 CD1 as amended be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution grants a special management area major permit to allow for the construction of a new single-unit dwelling with accessory structures and improvements in Wailupe, Oahu.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kia Aina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba?
Aye.
Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire?
Aye.
Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. CR-316 and Resolution 25-246, CD1 has been adopted. From the Committee on Infrastructure, Transportation and Technology, Councilmember Cordero.
I move that Resolution 25-223, which provides for the acquisition of wastewater pump stations and an adjacent roadway and fee for public use situated at Moanalua, Honolulu, Oahu, Hawaii, and determining and declaring the necessity of the acquisition by eminent domain be adopted. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Thank you for the explanation. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilmember Cordero?
Aye.
Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam?
Aye.
Councilmember Kia Aina?
Aye.
Councilmember Nishimoto? Councilmember Okimoto?
Aye.
Councilmember Talba? Councilmember Tupola is excused. Councilmember Wire?
Aye.
Chair Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 8 ayes, 1 member is absent.
Thank you. Resolution 25-223 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 20, Councilmember Cordero.
I move that Committee Report 321 and Resolution 25-263, which requests the Department of Transportation Services to partner with the Hawaii State Public Library System to implement an 18-month pilot program for a vending machine library be adopted. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Thank you for the explanation. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Nobody, no objections or reservations. CR-321 and Resolution 25-263 has been adopted. From the Committee on Housing, Homelessness, and Parks, Councilmember Tolba.
I move that Committee Report 329 and Resolution 25-250 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tolba for the explanation.
Accepting a gift for one cooked pine tree valued at $3,000 from Laureate Welke for the 2025 Honolulu City Light event at Honolulu Hale.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Members, any discussion? I'd just like to thank Laurette Wilkie for their generous contribution. Any further discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-329 and Resolution 25-250 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 21, Councilmember Tulba.
I move that committee report 330 and resolution 25-251 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tulba for the explanation.
Accepting the gift of cash from the Hawaii Medical Service Association, an amount of $4,000 to be used offset the mayor's 2025 Mayor's Craft and County Fair on November 22nd, 2025 at Neil Blaze Center Exhibition Hall.
Thank you very much. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none. Any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-330 and Resolution 25-251 has been adopted. Councilmember Tulba.
I move that committee report 331, resolution 25-252, CD1 as amended be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tulba for the explanation.
Accepting a gift to the city from one Hoshizaki ice maker with ice storage bin valued at $3,000 from Don Don Donkey Kapolei to be used at the Mauna Loa Community Park.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, CR-331 and Resolution 25-252, CD1 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 22, Councilmember Tulba.
I move committee report 332, resolution 25-255 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tulba for the explanation.
Accepting a gift for one cook pine tree valued at $3,000 to the city from Chelsea Louis for the 2025 Kapolei City Lights event at Kapolei Hale.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? I'd just like to thank the Louis family from Aina Haina for their generous donation to the Kapolei City Lights event. Any further discussion, members? Seeing none. Any objections or reservations? Noting none. Resolution 332 and Resolution 25-255 has been adopted. Moving to the bottom of page 22 from the Committee on Public Safety, Councilmember Tulba.
I move that committee report 334, resolution 25-256 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tulba for the explanation.
Accepting a gift from the Honolulu Zoological Society to the city valued at $9,300 for the transportation of 2 female zebras from the Gladys Porter Zoo in Brownsville, Texas to Honolulu Zoo.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none. However, we do have the Deputy Director of the Department of Enterprise Services logged on.
Okay, if there are any questions for the Deputy Director? Seeing none. Any discussion, members? Noting none. Any objections or reservations? Seeing none. CR-334 and Resolution 25-256 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 23, Councilmember Tulba.
I move that committee report 335, resolution 25-267, CD1 as amended be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Tulba for the explanation.
Accepting 2 monetary gifts from the Honolulu Zoological Society in the amount of $9,000 to the city for the replacement and repair of the base of the education program sign and repair of the hippo filtration system.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do you have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none. Any objections or reservations? Noting none. CR-335 and Resolution 25-267, CD1 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 24, balance of committee reports. Floor Leader Kia Aina. 24.
Oh, this is plenty. I move that the balance of committee reports be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
ITT Committee Report 320, a Resolution 25-262, repealing the policy on the fare box recovery ratio for the city bus system. And then ITT Committee Report 322, a deed conveying roadway lot 53, Grant of Flowage Easement 10 and Grant of Flowage Easement 11 for public use in ʻEwa. ITT Committee Report 323 Deed conveying roadways lot 19,886 and 19,887, Grant of Flowage Easement 11180, and Grant of Temporary Road Turnaround Easements 11178 and 11179 for public use in ʻEwa. ILA Committee Report 324, request for authorization to settle a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Deioleen Marquez et al. Versus Victor Yoneyama et al. ILA Committee Report 325, request for authorization to settle a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Marjory Jean P. Kawahara individually, and Mark H. Kawahara and Marjory Jean P. Kawahara Irrevocable Trust versus City and County of Honolulu et al. ILA Committee Report 326, request for authorization to settle a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Robert M. Hayslip et al. Versus City and County of Honolulu.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections or reservations? Noting no objections or reservations, the balance of the committee reports has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 25, there is no unfinished business. Turning to new business, Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-264 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution accepts a gift of conference registration and lodging valued at $4,263.94 to the city from the Hawaii Executive Collaborative for the Mayor and Managing Director to attend the Hawaii Executive Conference on the island of Hawaii, October 1st to 4th, 2025.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Noting none. Any objections? Seeing none. Resolution 25-264 has been adopted. Turning to the top of page 26, Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-270 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution accepts a gift transportation, lodging, and travel expenses to the city from the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative in collaboration with Partners for Public Good for 4 staff members from the City and County of Honolulu to attend the Leading City Procurement Reform in-person program in Cambridge, Massachusetts from October 25th to the 30th, 2025.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none. Any objections? Noting none. Resolution 25-270 has been adopted. Moving to the bottom of page 26, Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-277 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution relates to the transfer of funds within the Department of Parks and Recreation.
Okay, another transfer of funds. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifier?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none. Any objections or reservations? Noting none. Resolution 25-277 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 27, Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-278 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution relates to the transfer of funds within the Honolulu Liquor Commission.
Another transfer of funds. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testimony?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none. Any objections or reservations? Seeing none. Resolution 25-276 has been adopted. Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-279 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia Aina for the explanation.
This resolution reaffirms City Council support for the protection and preservation of clean water and public health.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Yes, sir. We have 2 registered testifiers.
I see Wayne Tanaka. Wayne Tanaka
is
available.
not logged on.
Okay. Erwin Kawada, aloha. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Council Chair, members. Erwin Kawata, Deputy Manager with the Board of Water Supply. We stand on our written testimony in strong support of this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who wishes to testify? Seeing none, members, any discussion? Seeing none, any objections? Noting none, Resolution 25-279 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 28, Floor Leader Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-280 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia-Ina for the explanation.
This resolution supports and reaffirms the Kamehameha School's mission and its contributions to the Native Hawaiian community.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we had one registered testifier, but he has left.
Okay. Is there anybody else who wishes to testify? Seeing none, any discussion, members? Councilmember Kia-Ina?
You know, I'm proud to support this measure, but I need to let you know that this is probably one of the most important issues facing our Hawaiian community. And I just would highly recommend that the Kamehameha schools, given all of the concerns raised within our Hawaiian community and in Hawaii in general, that they consider, you know, an public engagement strategy to educate everyone on the school's history, how important this is for the future of Hawaii's Hawaiian children who would like to attend this to the Kamehameha schools. You know, all three of us, Chair, yourself, Vice Chair Tupul, and myself, are all graduates. And so I just think that with the swell of support for the Kamehameha schools, I think the Kamehameha schools themselves need to engage a little bit more with our Hawaiian community and the community at large. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, any objections? Seeing none, Resolution 25-280 has been adopted. Floor Leader Kia-Ina, bottom of page 28.
I move that Resolution 25-265 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Floor Leader Kia-Ina for the explanation.
This relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to affirm the authority of counties to regulate the sale of cigarettes, tobacco products, and electronic smoking devices.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we had one registered testifier, but he's no longer in the chamber.
Okay. Members, we're in discussion. Seeing none, any objections? Seeing none, Resolution 25-265 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page 29, Floor Leader Kia-Ina.
I move that Resolution 25-266 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia-Ina for the explanation.
This resolution relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to remove the volume limit for eligible deposit beverage containers, thereby allowing all sizes of qualifying beverage containers to be redeemed and recycled through the deposit beverage container program.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, any objections? Seeing none, Resolution 25-266 has been adopted. Floor Leader Kia-Ina.
I move that Resolution 25-271 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia-Ina for the explanation.
This resolution relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to repeal county requirements related to accessory dwelling units on residentially zoned lots.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Councilmember Wire.
Thank you, Chair. Just going to note reservations. I'll note that, of course, I'd be supporting the inclusion of any measure that is put forward by this body to be included in the HSAC package, so just felt at this time it'd be best to just relay my concerns, or rather encouragement, that I'm hopeful that we can have productive and positive dialogue across the street on both sides, with the legislature, with the state administration, and of course at the city, because I think all in all we're aligned in our goal to house our community and provide housing opportunities. And so I really do hope that as we engage in these conversations that they are that, because I've seen a willingness to collaborate on all sides, and so hope we can grow from here into productive conversation and good policy making that can really try to meet the needs of our community, and just don't want anything to devolve into tension or anything more than it needs to be. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilmember Dos Santos-Tam.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to echo Councilmember Wire's comments, in particular related to the housing proposals. I'll note that the best way that we avoid the state putting impositions on us when it comes to housing is by doing the work ourselves. And we have For example, sitting before DPP, the proposal to reform some of the apartment development standards, Councilmember Kiaina through Bill 64, really overhauled the land use ordinance and provided opportunities for people to build ADUs and Ohana units. And we need to continue this work so we can actually create housing and, again, get the state off our back by doing the work ourselves.
Thank you. You may recall that the legislature initially wanted to allow or require us to reduce the minimum lot size to 2,000 square feet and then require 2 ADUs on top of one house on a 2,000 square foot parcel. And that ultimately didn't pass, but they still required 2 ADUs or allowed 2 ADUs. So what we did was, in Bill 64, we said you can do an Ohana unit and an ADU, so at least we know that a family member is going to be there. So this would just ask them to, one, recognize what we did and or reduce this requirement. But it's good discussion today. Any other discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections? Noting none, Resolution 25-271 has been adopted. Next, page 30, Councilmember Kiaina.
I move that Resolution 25-272 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kiaina for the explanation.
This relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to affirm the authority of the counties to regulate the development of affordable housing.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Councilmember Wire.
Thank you, Chair. Just brief reservations for the same reason. I support the conversation, but just wanted to be clear that my support for the resos is based on anticipated continued dialogue with folks across the street, because I think we're aligned in terms of our goals and our values, and so want to just facilitate that and support that. Thank you, Chair. So reservations.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilmember Kiaina.
Strongly support this resolution. I assume that this also has to do with the 201H process. Thank you for your leadership on this, Chair. As everyone knows, during the last legislative sessions, a few members of the City Council had asked for the governor to veto what became Act 294, I believe, which stripped the authority of the counties with regard to conditions that we could put on affordable 201H projects. And I believe that while the intent was to address concerns of the processes in Maui County, they included us. And so I feel that the act should either be repealed or exempted for Oahu. At the Hawaii State Association of Counties conference recently in Kona, I did pose the question to the governor, because he had asked us if, basically talk to us about partnerships. And I said, well, partnerships are important. The state legislative leaders for housing did not even partner with us or take our concerns into account, and unilaterally stripped us of our authority. So that is not partnership. And I said, so that if he wants to promote partnership among the various leaders, then maybe he can kukua us as we seek a repeal or an exemption for Oahu in this coming session. So thank you for this insertion in the legislative package.
Thank you. Any further discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections? Noting the reservations from Councilmember Wire, Resolution 25-272 has been adopted. Floor Leader Kiaina.
I move that Resolution 25-273 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kiaina for the explanation.
This relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to establish an exemption from mediation in paternity proceedings where there are allegations of domestic abuse, and make other related amendments.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, any objections? Noting none, Resolution 25-273 has been adopted. Moving to the top of page, Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-274 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to appropriate funds to allow gun buyback events to be held in each county at least twice a year.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion, members? Seeing none, any objections? Seeing none, Resolution 25-274 has been adopted. Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-275 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to fund enforcement of and public awareness campaigns on gun violence protective orders.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, do we have any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, any objections? Noting none, Resolution 25-275 has been adopted. Councilmember Kia Aina.
I move that Resolution 25-276 be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilmember Kia Aina for the explanation.
This relates to the inclusion of a proposal in the 2026 Hawaii State Association of Counties legislative package to appropriate funds for the Water Pollution Control Revolving Fund.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, any testifiers?
Mr. Chair, we have none.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, any objections? Noting none, Resolution 25-276 has been adopted. Turning to page 33, there are no items for the Committee on the Whole or executive session. Any announcements? Councilmember Cordero.
Thank you, Chair. As the members already know that I'm the birthday person, I track everyone's birthdays, so I do want to wish a happy belated birthday just this past Saturday to Chair Waters. And yep, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, guys. Any other announcements? Councilmember Kia Aina.
Not announcements, but I just want to supplement your earlier comments with regard to Vicky Chung. You know, we could not do all that we're doing with regard to city council meetings and hearings without the city clerk's office. And so we just want to let her know that we barely survived today without her. And that I know Darcy is going to endeavor to take over the baton and to continue the good work that she's done, and just to let her know that she was deeply appreciated.
Thank you. Another fun fact that she was the daughter of Paul Chung. Paul Chung was the last elected city clerk who served, I believe, in 1957 through 61. So really interesting, but also, yeah, thank you again to Vicky Chung for her hard work. She will be missed. Okay, floor leader Kia Aina, motion to adjourn.
I'm sorry, I was adjourning already. I move that the meeting stand adjourned until Wednesday, November 5th, 2025 at 10 a.m.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any objections? Seeing none, the council stands adjourned until Wednesday, November 5th, 2025 at 10 a.m.